What is up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to our fourth and final episode from our trip to the Florida Keys. If you missed the other three, definitely go check those out. We've got some epic fishing for wahoo, dolphin, and some spearfishing and lobstering on the Gulf and Ocean side down in Marathon, Florida. So go give those a look if you haven't yet. Now this one is going to be a special episode because while you can see we are lobstering, we have bigger plans for these, not just to put them in our cooler and eat them, but to use them for bait for some big Cubera snappers later tonight. We met some awesome guys staying in the same resort as us. Shout out to Lee and Ray, who we got to talking to and decided, hey, why don't we go give some big snapper fishing a shot later tonight? Figured why not? I mean, the conditions were awesome. We had a full moon. And if you know anything about Cubera snappers, you know that they love live lobsters. And that was the only thing that we were missing to make it a perfect night. So that is why we were out here today looking for our bait. Now, we're going to be sending these things down on hooks to some fish with some big old teeth. So I think our preference was to have a harder lobster rather than a soft one. And we were kind of finding a whole bunch of softies these days. So a little bit challenging getting our limit, not only limit, but also getting hard lobsters that would be good bait to use. As you can tell with this one, he is so close. He was almost big enough, but a little bit too close for comfort. Don't want to have him on the boat and get in trouble, so we let him go. Move on to the next hole, find our next lobster. We've been out lobster diving a couple times this week and pretty much exhausted all the spots that we had out in the Gulf. So we spent the majority of this day actually looking for new spots. I was up on the bow looking for any sort of sandy areas in the middle of the grass. It usually indicates that there'll be some rock that'll hold some lobsters. And came across a hole with two in it. It's always good to see when there's more than one. And this guy is pretty nice, but still going to measure him. You know, you can never be too careful. I always want to know what you got in the live well in case you get pulled over by FWC. But this one was more than good. And I think Jake was actually taking the boat around. He was a little bit farther away from me. So instead of swimming this back and losing the spot, I'm going to get him in my hand as best as possible and drop down and get the second one. So going down for the 2-for-1 tail technique. And the lobster in my hand gives me a little bit of a flick. I almost lost him, so I had to drop the snare and get a better grip. It's pretty tough to open and close these things with a lobster in your hand. So this lobster that I'm attempting to put the snare around is taking me for a walk and doing my best not to scare him away and slide it around his tail. Luckily, he didn't spook. And everything went according to plan. So now we have two nice lobsters to bring back to Jake. I was swimming around and seeing a bunch of holes with multiple lobsters in it, so I figured to call Jake in for some backup. And go down on this nice one. He shoops out of there. I can't believe he didn't run off into the grass. And got the snare barely around the end of his tail. This could have gone south several different ways. I got lucky, and this was a really good one.
It looks good. It looks good.
As Jake likes to say, that big old biggin was causing a bunch of ruckus, stirring up some commotion in the hole, and one of these other ones decided to take a walk and going for the 2-for-1 special because ain't nobody got time to go back to the boat. And he flicks off because I'm having trouble getting this thing around his tail, but luckily he didn't go too far. And cinch that tight, we got ourselves another deuce. Unfortunately, I ran out of hands. I only came with two, so I had to take those guys back to the boat. I swam a little bit further down and saw a pocket with one little lobster in it. A pretty textbook catch here. Let's slide that snare back in as far in the hole as you can. I like to make quick work of them back in the hole if I can, just to avoid them shooting off, because we know they love to do that. This one looked big as I was dropping down, but as I got him in my hands, I realized he was a little small. Throw a measure just to be sure. You can see it falls over the carapace, so he gonna live to see another day. Came across one more. Pretty much the same drill as the last one, so I'll shut up and let you enjoy the catch here. This was one of the last days of our trip, and we'd been lobstering all week long. My arms and hands were getting torn up from these lobsters. All the spines just hitting my skin. So, over at this point, gonna try a new technique. Try to slowly walk my fingers up and grab his knuckles so he can't hit me anymore. I could tell he was borderline. So as always, get the measure on him. Once again, just a little bit too close. I mean, it falls just over. So we're gonna let him go. See you later, buddy. This next spot is one that we didn't have marked. It was a new one that we found just looking over the bow. You could literally see the orange on the rock there from the top. Got in to check it out. I couldn't believe there were no lobsters on it. There's just Swiss cheese holes. Gotta figure at some point in the year this is gonna be absolutely stacked. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Another hole with 2 lobsters in it. You know the drill at this point. Drop down and get the bigger one. Try to get him in the rock if possible. Cinch that tight around his tail. And I think instead of trying to get 2 at the same time, I'm going to drop the snare here just to mark the spot, make sure I don't lose it. Bring this one back to Jake.
I dropped the snare. He's good. Yeah. One more. About the same size, I think. I haven't even checked it out yet. I'll look at it. Not too, I mean, yeah.
So this is where things start to get a little bit interesting. You know, we were having some better luck here. This general area was holding more lobsters. We weren't having to get back in the boat and look for new spots. And I come across this one that I think is just one. And gonna give him the standard catch. Cinch it tight. And on my way up, there is a hole that is absolutely stacked with lobsters. As soon as I saw that, my heart started racing a little bit. Just immediately dropped my snare, and it lands right in the hole there, so I know where it's at.
Hell yeah, dude. We got a honey hole. Yep. Yep, five. Possibly more. I can't see them all. It's loaded. Right there.
Jake swings the boat around real quick to make sure we mark the spot. We can have it for future endeavors. Being the good Samaritan that I am, instead of scooping all these up for myself, give Jake a chance to anchor the boat and get in the water so he can come grab a few. But how cool. You spend all day long coming across onesie twosies, finally get a honey hole like this, just fires me up. Jake's in the water now, and he's a freaking sport, man. He drives that boat around all day, dropping Steve and the family in so they can enjoy all the lobsters. So it's about time for the captain to get on with some action. And he shoots a mambo jumbo out of this rock. Puts the snare around him, perfect form, get 2 hands on him, and bring him up, and this was easily the biggest lobster of the day.
That's a big dog.
It's soft.
Really?
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Oh.
The hole. I just wanted to.
You're good. We're good. We'll still get him.
It is go time now, ladies and gentlemen. Jake just kicked things off with a monster lobster. Time to figure out who is contestant number 2. That's you, buddy. Come on down.
This was pretty hard. Well, we're gonna go catch some monster Cuberas with these, hopefully. And it'll be 100% worth it. He's good.
All right, we pulled the biggest 2 out of there. Time for the cleanup crew to come finish up the rest. Jake's gonna come in here behind one, kind of hanging on the edge. Get right under his tail. There we go. Here comes Steve for backup. Number 4. Got him.
That'll probably be the last keeper off of it. There's only one more in there, right?
How many do we have? 4? There should be one more or 2 more. This is a keeper. This is a keeper. I think there's 2 more in there.
We'll see, hopefully. Maybe tilt your camera off just a tad.
So we got the last lobster out of the hole and was noticing some nice mangrove snappers swimming around. So I went back to the boat, grabbed my gun, picked out the biggest one I could find, and gave him a shot. And big mistake on my part here. I didn't have my knife on me, and I always like to dispatch the fish. So I pulled the spear out, and I tried to brain him with it while holding him. And he just shoots off there. Didn't have good enough grip on him with my glove. Lucky for me, he was pretty injured and went to find some cover in the grass right below me. At this point, it's just a scramble to load my gun as quick as I can before he decides to run off. But, like I said, he was just kind of chilling down there, didn't go too far. So I dropped down real quick, and he sees me, tries to shoot off again. Lucky enough to get another shot at him. Wasn't going to make that same mistake twice, so pull him to me, make sure I got a good grip on him. I'm going to throw him up on the platform here before I take the spear out. Now that I got him in my grasp, I'm going to brain him, dispatch the fish, have a nice mangrove snapper in the boat, make a nice sandwich later. No complaints about that. We were just about to head in. Jake said he saw a little lionfish down on one of these rocks. So I went to grab the pole spear, and, you know, any opportunity I can get to take a lionfish back home, I'm going to do it. The meat is really white and delicious. They taste great. And they're also super invasive, so anytime you have a chance to yank them out of there, I'm going to take it. And one big thing with these, if you didn't know, they are super venomous, poisonous. I don't know, one of the two. If they sting you, it hurts really bad. At least that's what I've heard. You know, knock on wood, never come across that situation before. But that's because we are super careful with them after we spear them. We give them a nice little haircut here in the water, get all those fins and spines out. So there's no chance for a problem when he's up in the boat. Well, we have successfully got our bait for tonight.
You got your bait? What have you been doing?
Well, you see, we've been lobstering, but we got a different plan for these guys. Instead of going in our bellies, they're gonna go in a big old snapper's belly. We're gonna head offshore tonight, see if we can put a Cubera in the boat with these bad boys right here.
Wow. Most expensive bait.
It's gonna
Florida
hurt.
spiny lobsters.
If one of them takes it and we don't catch it, that's gonna hurt a little bit inside, but it's alright. We've been doing alright.
It's all part of the game, big dog.
That's right, look at these.
Nice one right there.
Man.
It's a big
Sending
one.
him down?
That's a big one to lose to a Cubera.
Yeah, I'd be a little upset about that.
The problem is half of these lobsters are soft, so we'll see if that changes how things go offshore. But
we wanted to find out.
gotta give it a shot. This guy, we're gonna come right in here and zip tie this hook. Back a little bit, right about there.
Nice hard lobster.
There we go. Okay, and then this hook, we're just gonna come right in here. Just like that. Now we're
Good.
Yep. Now we're ready to go with this guy. Right on top of it?
Top of it now.
Yeah. Might have to go forward a little bit.
Get you. I'm gonna start going crazy with that in there.
Move off ahead.
It looks yummy.
Yes, sir. Most expensive bait. I think
like
you're
it.
getting bit, man. Thank
Yep. There you go. There we go.
Get it off the buzz off. I know your rod's getting good. I don't know, it's kind of digging, man. That's the color.
I need a nasty fish.
Shark. Shark, watch your face. I know. You don't think it'll go back home? Yeah, go to that other hole. I couldn't tell. It looked gray. Yeah. Oh, let's get a rig. Yeah.
I'm done again. Three. I don't know how we're gonna. We need a glove. Ray, get a glove on.
Get our line back.
We got the lid. Oh, I went. Oh, there you go. Watch that. Watch it coming down.
That's the weight shot up.
Did it? Yeah, I was like coming down.
I didn't even see it.
Get him up here.
Hell yeah.
Oh, did it come off?
Oh man.
It got off. Damn, it was heavy.
See what we got left out of the lobster. Keep an eye on your eyes, Steve. Well, next morning. Didn't get any fish to the boat. Had a couple bites. But the best part about Cubera fishing is, hey, even if you don't get a fish, you usually have some leftover bait that you get to take home and eat. So, not a bad night at the end of the day. Didn't catch a giant Cubera, but hey, we still got dinner. Not a bad bait to eat. This one's actually soft. I bet you I could pull off this shell. He was getting ready to molt. Look at that. Got a secondary shell underneath. Pretty crazy. Lobsters are a wild creature. Here's the old shell, nice and hard. New shell, spongy soft. Pretty crazy, look at that. The horns don't even get you. This guy's a big boy. Big boy. He was gonna be our last bait. We weren't gonna start with him. So everybody always says, stick it in so that the barbs pull the poop out. I like to push it and pull the poop out the top. Right up the poop chute. Just push it. There's the poop out the other end. Pull. Done.
Bam, bam. Thank you, man.
Alright, so you want to be careful if you're cleaning these guys on your boat, because lobster blood, this right here, once it dries up, you cannot get it off. Turns into a jelly and it is rather disgusting. So don't do it on your boat. Big boy. And don't leave it on the cleaning table either. bucket with a couple lobsters? What you say?
Pasta with some lobster.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got some fresh pasta from Italy. Sister went over. We're gonna be making some lobster rigatoni with none other than the Raoul's vodka sauce, because we don't know how to make our own vodka sauce. Are you kidding? Some garlic bread gonna come up. Just gonna be whipping. Wow, that was a nice cut. You just did that. That was so fast.
Magic. I try to do that with yours.
Go with the Brutus, baby. We're gonna try the seafood seasoning. Marathon special. No MSG.
Wow.
Hey Steve, bring out the dancing lobsters. You are the dancing lobster.
I am a dancing lobster.
Whoa, what'd you add onto there? Scallops?
Ooh, a little
Wow.
Brutus seafood seasoning. Have you heard? If you haven't, you should.
You catch them scallops?
No. Caught these though.
Public caught the scallops.
They do a good job with that. Time to make them crackle. A little bit of a letdown.
That's better. Whoa, give us some more Brutus on those bad boys.
Scallops don't usually take too long. They're gonna be quick.
Oh yeah.
Go with a hefty dose.
Hefty dose. Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Yeah.
There we go. Buy and bake. Making some nice garlic bread right here.
Man,
She buttered that and spread the garlic on herself.
Get off.
We got
What do you add into
Italian
that?
noodles, Italian truffle.
Italian truffle on this bread? Are you kidding me? You
Dylan, every video, bro. Every single video.
You kidding me?
Every single one. I love you, but you gotta stop drinking so much water.
thirsty all the time, Pa. Got the goods from Italiano.
Gray hair.
Oh yeah. We're gonna see if these taste any different, but we are rolling. Woo! There we go. You been getting lizards, girl? Where's the lizards?
I'm trying.
He might not kill lizards, but he'll drink all your water.
He's not good at a lot of things, but he's friendly.
What do you think?
Optimal bounce.
Optimal bounce. You know what that means. Optimal time.
Bouncing into my belly.
Bouncing, bouncing.
Boom. Just an authentic night. Nothing like Trader Joe's wine.
Hey,
Some real Italian
that's the
cuisine.
bee's knees, baby.
Show is.
These are about done. Getting nice and look at that. We're just talking all about the freaking pop tonight.
Got bounce.
The bounce.
Got good flop.
Bouncing around. Got the good flop.
Gatorade. Italian Gatorade.
Better get your hydration up, fella.
Need your electrolytes cooking this delicious meal. Not bad.
Really good.
It is really good.
It's like a lemon drop.
I'd do it again. So nice, I had it twice.
What's that bread looking like, boy? Ooh-wee. Holy smokeroonies.
Golden paradise.
Time to add Raoul's. And then the chopped lobster and scallops. Toasted baguette. Maybe a glass of TG's.
Mm-hmm.
Smells so good. Canned vodka sauce. Doesn't get any better.
That's alright, when a lot of your ingredients are coming straight from Italy. You can compromise.
Fresh pasta. Going finger food here. Everybody want lobster? Perfect.
More scallops than lobster, please.
I think somebody else wants some lobster too.
Presentation.
Gosh, on fleek. All right, first bite, lobster or scallops? Lobster? No, lobster, because we caught the lobster.
Hair everywhere.
Yes, there's hair in here. I'm just kidding.
Just how persistent.
All right, here we go. Down the hatch.
Hatch chili.
Very good. Just a lot cooler since, you know, the noodles are from Italy and I caught the lobster with my hand, so it's automatically going to be in the 8s because of that.
Here you go, Dilly. Easy.
I only can't eat animal food anymore.
He just did.
Very solid. 8.2.
Scallop. Rigatoni.
Boy, did we get a lot of protein portion.
Delicious. We're going 7.4. And that's because the pasta from Italy is hiking that score up.
All right, tell us what's wrong with it.
It's just the vodka sauce isn't the greatest, man.
Yeah.
Good enough. I mean, it's delicious. Honestly, the lobster is cooked perfect. So are the scallops. But and the pasta, it's actually really good. Say I wouldn't do it again? Absolutely, I would.
What's a delicious meal without watching a great episode of the BocaBros?
Hey, that's the last episode. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Day
You
2
don't want
in
to
the
miss
keys.
this. Vino and Clino.
Vino and Clino, baby. $2 special. You can almost see his head through it.